Going live. You're live! Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Riders Republic once again. Can it run on 2GB of VRAM GPUs? How are you guys doing? GTX 1052GB, 1030, GT 1030, and GTX 750 Ti. How are you guys doing? Thanks again to Ubisoft for providing a code for the game. You're officially miffed now. I didn't know what miffed means, and I looked it up on Google, so I have a new word. Thanks, World Gaming. I appreciate that. Hey, Jim76UH, Electromo. How are you guys doing? Welcome. Good seeing you. So as you can see, now I'm about to launch the game. I have the latest drivers, and let's see if it launches. I want to see if it launches first, then we'll talk. So let's click on play. Does it launch? Here we go. Hey Rafael, how are you doing, man? Welcome. Here we come. Salve do Brasil. Thanks. I appreciate that. Same to you, man. Alright. Okay, it's launching. That's good. It's the X11. It should launch. I mean, come on. Cuando la hice 50 Super, ya la hice. Fíjate en el stream que hice hace un rato. Well, the people asking about the other GPUs, I already did that, so check it out in the description. In my previous live stream, you'll find it. So yeah, okay, the game launched. That's good news. Although, yeah, it's using a lot of VRAM, so here we come. Here we go. Okay, options, graphics, 1080p. Okay, so 1080p, 60 Hz. I don't know why it always forces 24 Hz on me. Saw some of your earlier stream, pretty interesting, fun game. Yeah, it's a pretty fun game. I wouldn't really play it every day. It would be like, I play the game a little bit, and then when I have a few minutes, I come back to it. That's kind of the style of game I get from this. Something that I will play sometimes to chill. So for me at least, that's perfect. It reminds me when I played MX versus ATV. It's just a game that wants you to have fun, so yeah. Still, I think the price is a little bit too high. I don't know. I think it's too expensive for what it offers. Ya probaste la GTX 30, no, recién arranqué. 1050, 1030 y después 750 Ti. For the people asking, first 1052 gigs, then 1030, and then 750 Ti at the end. So the legendary card will do it once again. So close to the 12-month badge. Hell yeah, unlike. You've been here since the beginning. Okay, we're on 2GB of VRAM on low settings, and so far, seems to be okay. I might be able to crank up some stuff. Huh. Will you test the final release of Battlefield 2042? Hell yeah. Of course. But guys, we're getting good numbers. What the hell? That's insane. I thought it was going to be a stuttery mess, but apparently it isn't. So the 2 gigs of VRAM doesn't seem to matter to the game, actually. I'm getting good numbers. So let's go to the options. That's alright. Unlike, what are you studying, man? That's super interesting. Okay, so let's increase the water to medium, snow trail to medium. Now let's put that on high. Shouldn't be difficult to do. Reflections, from low to medium, I notice a very slight difference. Grass, I think we can do medium on that as well. Textures, we don't touch them, and shadows, we don't touch them either. So basically a mix between medium and low, I would say. So mid-low. Mate time? No, the mate time is over. Now it's coffee time. Here with this cute horse. Environmental sciences. That sounds so high-end. I hope you're doing well with that one. Okay, mid-high. Okay. Yeah, I think once I get into one of those races, it's going to drop into the 30s, so... better than I anticipated, actually. Can you lower textures? Yeah, the textures are on low. I won't crank up those textures because, you know, VRAM limitation. But let's go into a race. Yeah, this one. What time is it out there? It's 3:55 p.m. Okay, now I'm seeing more drops. So this is definitely some VRAM bottleneck going on. Interesting. Did you see tomorrow that tomorrow Bandai Namco is releasing a gameplay trailer of Elden Ring? No, I didn't know. Thanks for the heads up. I'm looking forward to that one. Here we come. Okay, now that there are more characters on screen, should be more demanding. Also the snow trail. Yeah, the distance of the snow trail isn't fantastic. It's like on the Xbox One in that regard. Why does Nvidia skimp on VRAM? Well, because of this. So you have to upgrade. There's no option. Better than anticipated. Took the words right out of my mouth. Yeah, same. Yeah, the thing is when there is multiple characters on the screen. I mean, the VRAM limitation is there, but the game still works. Which is interesting. Although I wouldn't crank up those shadows or textures. I would stay on low shadows and textures. But I can do it just fine. Again, the issue is when there are a big amount of trees nearby. Which this doesn't seem to be the case in this part. I need to be closer to trees. But as I was saying, Nvidia does skimp out on VRAM because that's a very easy way to limit your GPU's lifespan. I mean, if this was a an 8GB 1050, for example, it will live much longer. But since games are using more and more VRAM, well, you kinda get the point. Can you set the game to Ultra? Probably later. But it's kinda pointless in my opinion. I gotta get first to a part that drops frames. I'm pretty sure it does drop frames eventually. The thing is, I'm not in the correct part of the map to test that out, but the game looks good on the 1050. I would say it looks better than the Xbox One, which it should. That's kind of the point. So yeah. I was playing VR before the stream started. When you started talking, I got really scared. I thought someone broke into my house. Well, maybe I did. You never know. Alright, so yeah, when there's no other characters on screen, it appears to be completely fine. Will the 1050 Ti be able to do 60 frames in GTA Trilogy? We'll find out once it releases. I plan on doing all the 3 games, so it will be interesting. I'm guessing it will be fine. It's Unreal Engine 4, should be super easy to tweak. So yeah. Hopefully it's a good remaster. Hopefully. My biggest hope for that one is that the controls are like on GTA 5, super smooth controls. I want that. Graphics, okay, you can make it cartoony, whatever, but I want good controls. Controls in the previous games are super outdated. Even back then, they were pretty bad controls. Sí, eso voy a hacer, series, eso voy a probar. Dame un minuto, que salgo de acá. Quiero terminar esta carrera para desbloquear más cosas. So yeah, for the people wondering, if there's more characters on screen, it's going to drop frames. That's kind of the point. But I got into the wrong race. It happens. Just waiting for the improved gameplay. Yeah, same. Okay, I did it. And we need checkpoints between missions. Oh, there's no checkpoints. I forgot about that, man. That's true. I remember in GTA San Andreas, I was like half the map away doing stuff, and I had to go all the way back to the mission marker. Hell yeah, I want checkpoints. Also, fix the physics and high frame rates. Hell yeah. Yeah, those are some awesome improvements you guys are talking about. Okay, I should be here in the Rider's Ridge. But I'm going to use a helicopter ride to this location. Okay, so here is where it should drop frames. And I seem to be right, it's into the 40s. So a few frames behind the 1050 Ti. Despite the half the VRAM thing.
This one's designed by the legend himself, Gary. It's all about
Oh, yeah.
riding with maximum precision through those big trees in Sequoia.
Okay, I'm not supposed to do this one.
Sup, Ryder? It's time for some mass race mayhem.
Oh no, I'm not good at this. Yeah, I didn't want to do the stunt. I want to go into a race. Masquerade, Jesus. Mass race, don't hear that, YouTube. Mass race, hell yeah. I'm going there. The words. There you are. Let's go to the mass race. That's what I wanted to test. Perfect. Hope Tommy can swim in the remaster. I don't think it will. But sure, why not? Will be interesting. There we go. Matchmaking started. Here we come, mass race. All the players, give me all the players on screen. Lower that FPS. Okay, here we come. This is what I was waiting for. I love this in the beta. It was kind of broken in the beta, but
Comes the first round.
let's see what happens. And Cloud can speak in remaster. Really? Is that true? I thought it was that was a rumor. Okay, here we come. Chaos ensures. Is this running so well on 1080p? Yeah, it is. Kinda crazy.
Ladies and gents, ride hard.
Okay, yeah, I can see the drops into the 30s. But I mean, look at the amount of things on the screen. Jesus. Yeah, I love this. Is so crazy. Although that frame time though. Jesus. Yeah, I like that they can do that. This is pretty cool. It's so chaotic.
Oh, just got put in the cabbage.
I wish there was no collision though between the players. It's a little bit too much. It's going to make a difference on a slower GPU. I mean, what do you mean? Of course, if the GPU is slower, the game will be slower. That's kind of how it goes.
Remember, champions
Okay, I need to pay attention. So yeah, like on the 1050 Ti, the frame times are spiky when there is a lot of characters on screen. I mean, more than 2 characters on screen is already frame time spikes, but very small ones. Oh, okay. Nice. I can fly now. I believe I can fly. I feel like I'm playing Superman 64 now. Lo que sufre la GPU, sí, tal cual. Yeah, the GPU is asking for an early retirement. It's basically all the VRAM, all the GPU is being utilized.
time to pick it up.
But I love when I can do this. I thought the game was going to refuse to run because it uses so much VRAM on the other GPUs. Oh, you mean CPU? It's half the CPU right now, so 4 cores 8 threads should be maxing out at quad core. So yeah, if you have an i3 9100F or 8100F, which are only 4 cores 4 threads, yeah, in that case, I'm guessing that it's going to be below 60. If you're targeting 60, but if you're targeting 30, it should be fine. The thing is, yeah, it's going to be affected with on the frame rate side of things with a slower CPU. I effed up. Come on, let me. Jesus, bad angle.
The conditions are perfect and totally gnarly.
Okay, finally bikes again.
Nice.
The best part.
State reached.
So as I was saying, when there's more characters on screen, your CPU is going to suffer, but should be okay with 4 cores. The thing is, it's going to be at 100%. So yeah. I was going so well. How about 2nd Gen i5? Should be okay. Just target 30 frames per second. 60s is probably going to be difficult with a quad-core CPU on this one. What's better, CPU than GPU? I don't know what you're talking about. That's a lot of words. What's better? Better CPU than GPU or better GPU than CPU? Better GPU than CPU. That's a lot of words, man.
Ah, shame. Didn't quite make it to the
It
end.
was so close. I screwed up. Bueno, Carlos, ahora lo sabes. Bienvenido, señor. Porque sí, Jeregrifa. Porque sí. Porque puedo. Is it okay for the VRAM to be almost maxed out like that? I mean, it can lead to crashing and other stuff. But in general, as long as the game doesn't crash, I wouldn't worry. So far, so good. We've been 10 minutes into the game. Nothing bad happened. Here we go. Now in the snow. Battlefield 2042 is a disaster on 4-core 4-thread CPUs. I am not surprised. I mean,
Away we go.
Battlefield 4 was already pretty demanding on the CPU, so... Holy hell. Oh my. Yeah, the amount of effects on screen is making the CPU suffer actually now. Look at that GPU usage. Below 90%. Whoa. Yeah, there's so much stuff on the screen. Kinda crazy. Okay,
What a day for
getting the hang of it. Yeah, also I'm noticing that the snow trails happen with multiple players. Although sometimes it doesn't show up on mine. Kinda odd. Max VRAM can make the game lag. Yeah, but it can also make the game crash. This being the X11 though, kinda makes it work. Just make sure to have more than 8 gigs of VRAM and you should be okay. 8 gigs of VRAM. 8 gigs of RAM, more than 8 gigs of RAM. And you should be okay.
Try to stay in the
Jesus.
mix. All right, dynamite.
Let's go. Still doing better than the Xbox One S. Yeah, it's a 1050. It was already faster. If this wasn't like the Xbox One, this would have been an issue, but no, it's actually much better. Higher resolution, higher settings. The one that should be compared to the Xbox One is the 750 Ti. That's usually pretty close or faster in games. It depends on the game, really. In some cases, the Xbox One pulls ahead, usually in newer games. I mean, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, for example, cannot launch on a 750 Ti, but on the Xbox One it can. So it depends on the game, the generation, the year the game was released. Oh yeah. Do you watch anime? No. I watch Naruto and Dragon Ball Z, but that's about it. It's been a while since I watched that. So I don't think that counts, really. Not a fan.
Final push. Tear it up and chase down those positions.
There we go. I'm getting better at this. I feel like at least 16 GB of RAM is a must now for gaming. Agreed. I agree completely. Yeah, 16 GB of RAM is a complete must. No doubts about it.
Final switch game.
Okay, this time I should be able to at least be in 3rd place or something. Let me finish the race, please. Oh no. Dang it. It's always the flying. It's always the flying. Yeah, and I got stuck in the terrain. That's perfect. What the hell happened there? Dang it. It's always the flying parts. Okay. Yeah, no, I fricked up. I didn't know those were walls. I thought that was cloth. Hi, Hercules. How's it going, man? Okay, at least I don't crash against the... Oh well, that was close. Do you have a car driving license? Yeah, I do. My family has a car. I drive it sometimes.
You'll nail it next time.
How much space? That's a good question. I don't remember. Hang on. Let me get back to the part I was a second ago. So guys, as you could see there, medium to low settings seems to be the way to go. Let me show you super quick. Once I can pause the game. The thing is, in the mass race, I cannot pause for some reason. The game looks okay. It's not groundbreaking. It does the job. But yeah, it looks okay.
Push. This is the last round.
So as you can see there, 30 frames per second, when there's a lot of characters on screen. I wish I could do this every 10 minutes, but I can't. So yeah, here we go. What's the optimum percentage GPU and CPU usage? I mean, you should look at the frame rate. The ideal CPU and GPU usage is the one that allows you to get your frame rate at the number that you wanted. So usually what you want is your GPU to be used as much as possible, getting to the frame rate that you want. So considering we're using budget GPUs, well, we want to have 100% usage, 99%, over 90% I would say, since we're usually pretty limited on the GPU side, and it's the most expensive part of the PC, so yeah. I would say over 90% GPU usage. Usually you want to have CPU power to spare. So yeah, get the most out of your CPU and, sorry, your GPU. That's a lot of people, gives me anxiety. Yeah, it happens. Y probaremos, Matías, cuando salga. Cuando salga hacemos video de cabeza. But as you can see, when you are in the ground, close to trees or close to a lot of people, you're going to get drops into the 30s. When you're flying around, it's fine. It's into the 50s. So yeah, I'll just lock it to 30 frames and play like that. Your PC will run cooler. You'll use less CPU. So yeah, it can definitely run on the 1050. 2 gigabytes. After seeing the VRAM usage on the 1050 Ti, I thought it was impossible to use 2 gigs of VRAM, but apparently you can. Mind blown. Hola, ¿todo bien? Abrazo. Thanks for the info, no problem, man. Happy to help. Please, no more flying sections. I'm terrible at those. I remember a PS2 game called Downhill Domination was similar. Yeah, oh, wait. I should have paid attention. So as I was saying, yeah, people always comment on that when I'm playing this game. That's pretty funny. Downhill Domination. Yeah, I saw some gameplay, and it looks pretty similar when I'm using the bicycle. Probably people that developed this game know Downhill Domination. While locking, if there's more than 40 FPS, because if not, it looks inconsistent. And it doesn't reach 60, so why bother? 10 seconds left and I'm wrecked. Dang it, I missed it. So close. Well, not bad for the second mass race. Do you still have your affiliate for Humble Bundle? No, not anymore. I'm not affiliated with Humble Bundle. Nothing against them, I've just stopped using their service, so I said, okay, I dropped the links. 200 FPS, more than enough, hell yeah. Why no 8K stream? I mean, I tried, but I couldn't. Too much latency. My PC can take it. My internet connection, well, that's another question. Wish they add blood effect for that later. That's hilarious. Imagine how bloody it will be. So yeah, for 1080p, again. Hang on. There's stuff on my screen. What the hell? Let me skip everything. Set it to ultra. I might. at 720p. Come on, let me use my controller. Yeah, this is what I hate when the game holds your hand for so long. At least let me skip that.
Really test your noodles. There's a wacky
But yeah, it runs better than I anticipated.
Get to scoot around on a delivery bike.
On that 2 GB
Keep an eye
GPU.
out for it.
Mind blown. Yeah, gotcha. Let me skip. Okay. So, recommended settings 1080p, low shadows, low textures, medium grass, medium reflections, high snow trails, water on medium. I don't know why it's on low. I set it to medium. Then, low ambient occlusion, low anti-aliasing, and that's about it. 2 times anisotropic. No motion blur because it's too distracting on this one. I'm going for ultra now because you guys requested. But I'm lowering the textures to low. Oh yeah, that is definitely playable. And yeah, here's ultra. Beautiful. I love the motion blur below 30 frames per second. When 16K release next year. I'm good. I don't need ultra settings, thank God. Desync off, and let's go back. Let's do 900p. That vomit-inducing frame rate, without a doubt. This is 900p, and I'm not doing ultra. Screw ultra settings. We're doing high settings. High settings should be good. Although ambient occlusion on medium, and that should do. Let's see if we can get 30 frames. And no motion blur. Cinematic. It was so cinematic.
It's got your name all
Okay.
over it, Ryder.
900p high. And I have to fix the FPS counter. There we go. So 900p high. Oh, and low textures. My bad. Okay. Let me double check the settings just in case. 900p, good. Okay, low textures, good. Okay, yeah, we're fine. It's probably going to drop into the low 30s once we get into a race, but overall, in the demanding part, this one, seems to be 30 frames per second. So, good stuff. Doing way better than I anticipated. Increase the FOB, maybe later. The FOB increase is not that huge, unfortunately. It's like 10 degrees or 15 degrees. But yeah, sure. Now that you said it, I cannot take it away from my mind. FOB 115. I remember that you could do like 150 FOB in the beta. That was pretty hilarious. Was the clothes your choice? Of course, man. I gotta beat the Fortnite out of this. But yeah, I'm bored of this outfit. Let's use something else. For the head, I'm using... Oh, that is creepy AF. Okay, let's keep it like that. Perfect. Now we can appeal to a wider audience. Okay, the extra FOB is like 15 degrees, nothing major. Although it adds to the visibility, which is good. Huh. Wilhelm scream. I don't know why my clothes are like that. It happened to me a couple live streams ago. Not sure what's up with that. Anyway. Let's go down here. Oh no, that's... I want a place with more trees. That's not trees. Oh, new race. Do you think Battlefield 2042 will be fixed when it launches? Nah, it won't. It will run pretty similar. I mean, hopefully I'm wrong, but it's not. It shouldn't be super different. I'm guessing. Who knows? I mean, if they keep delaying the game, well, good luck. Hopefully a single player runs well. Just curious, any game that you regret buying at full price? I don't remember. I mean, nowadays buying a game at full price is not a huge issue because I'm covering it on YouTube. I'd say maybe Hitman Absolution. Yeah, Hitman Absolution. That's the first and last time I pre-ordered a game. Yeah, Hitman Absolution. It was shorter than I anticipated, but I played the hell out of it. And I got the previous Hitman titles included with the package, so it wasn't so bad. But I regret buying it because it wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting Hitman Blood Money on steroids, and it was something else. Delay after Christmas, not a Battlefield game. Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be delayed again. But with the final delay, I don't know. It doesn't bode well for it. Yeah, that wasn't really good, but I enjoyed it anyway. I was expecting something else, that's what I'm trying to say. So I should have waited. But I was very gullible and young. More than now. And I was mad because that was all the money I had. So I spent all my money on Hitman Absolution. Yeah, the first and last time I bought something at full price due to hype alone. Then after that, well, a few years later I got into YouTube, so buying games is not an issue. It's actually a blessing. Because I get coverage out of it. So yeah, Absolution is a completely different Hitman game. Yeah, it is. That's why I was glad when I played the Hitman, the remake, Hitman 1, the World of Assassination. That was insane. That was the Hitman I wanted. Dead or Alive 5 on the PS3. Time to change CPU? Nah. The CPU stays. Maybe if the i3s in the future are 8 cores or 6 cores, maybe in that case I do it. We'll see. It all depends on price and availability, as usual. 40 FPS with unstable frame time, stutter equals unplayable. Nah, it's not unplayable. If it was unplayable, I wouldn't be able to play. So yeah, my advice, lock it to 30 like this. So yeah, you play like this at 30 frames, of course, VSync on. Yeah, let's do now 720. Let's see if we can do 60 frames. I'm guessing on low settings it should be doable, but again, I do not know. I love Hitman Trilogy 1, 2, 3. Yeah, same. Good stuff. Okay. Let's put it on Ultra. Nah, let's keep it on high. Ultra is a waste of time, I think. So yeah, very quickly we do 720p high. To see that we are over 30 frames. Yep, there we are. Over 30. So yeah, if you like 720p, well, you can do high settings just fine. Let me fast travel back up. Why VSync sometimes just ruin performance? Because we have enough performance to enable VSync. Ever heard of frames to spare, so you can now use VSync? Because you have GPU power to spare. Alright. Let's repeat that race. It was a good stress test, I think. Regretted pre-ordering Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, agreed. Refunded it on GOG. Weeks later after release, I won the Steam version of Cyberpunk from a Discord giveaway. LOL. Well, that's destiny for you. You're destined to play Cyberpunk. Alright. Yeah, 720p like this. Over 30 on high settings. Close to 60, but not quite. So yeah. Do you think VSync increases input lag? No, it does increase. I'm not... I don't think it, I know it. It increases input lag. But you don't get screen tearing, so... with a controller I don't usually notice that much, really. With a controller it's fine. The thing is, when you're playing a shooter or something with mouse and keyboard, well, that's a different story. So this is mid-low at 720. So yeah, guys, VSync, of course, there's more input latency, but you get screen tearing. If you're using a controller, I mean, it's much harder to notice. This is a game I would play with VSync, really. Okay, 720p mid-low with low textures, seems to be good. You haven't seen it? Well, look it up on Google. You'll be surprised. Thank God that you cannot see it. A lot of people can, although some games have it more obvious than others. Okay, drops into the 40s here. So yeah, kinda makes sense. Still, it's at 1052 gigs. So yeah, try DLSS. Ha, funny. That's a good one. Anyway, yeah, some drops into the 40s, but you can get close to that. Let's do now the 1030, shall we? Here we go! 1030 on the way! So we shut it down. Time to do the 1030. Wish me luck. Is there any way to make 720p less blurry? No. You can use an upscaler, but there's not much else that you can do. I mean, there are apps to upscale better to your monitor's resolution, but it doesn't work on every game, so just play at 720 and close your eyes. Just squint a little bit like that. 1030, screaming internally, hell yeah. Are you going to do APU benchmark? No, I don't have an APU, so not right now. That play button on the back, yeah, there it is. It's visible now. Yay! Straight to the point, no. But Santiago, is there a way to play at 720p crispier? No. Yeah, get a native 720p panel. That's a good point. You can do that. That's a good idea, actually. Getting a 720p screen. Sharpening, I mean, sharpening could be a good way, but the image can be over sharpened so easily at 720p. There's so little amount of pixels that I don't think is worth doing. I mean, it's just like when you add sharpening on Red Dead Redemption 2. It looks terrible. You see the pixels. It looks just like an over-sharpened image. Okay, we're doing 1080p low on this one. I'm not holding my breath. So yeah, let's go. Wish me luck. I'm not sure if you can do 1080p, we'll see. I'm guessing this is probably going to be a 720p or 900p experience on the 1030. Play on a 720p laptop screen, problem solved. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Obviously 4K Ultra 100 FPS, GDDR5. No, the DDR4 version, that's not a 1030. That's an aberration. Okay? The 1030 DDR4, pretend that it doesn't exist. This is the GDDR5 1030. That's the only 1030 in the world, okay? This is half of the 1050, yeah, basically. What can we do instead of VSync for screen tearing problem? Look it up on Google, there are many ways. All of those have an issue, a pro and a con. There are many of them. 720, 1080p low, 27 FPS, we'll see. Once it finishes loading. On the menu, I don't know why it's 24 frames. Kinda weird. Okay, graphics, 1080p, 60 Hz. And we do everything on low. Perfect. The game already set itself to low. The game knows it's at 1030. Excellent. Absolute perfection. That's how you do it. Make video, budget GPU versus Xbox One. Nah, I'm good. Not right now, maybe in the future. I have to find a way to do it correctly. So I need more experience. Why do you have 24 Hz? Because the game chose 24 Hz for some reason. Okay. Ugh. I'm going to puke. Jesus. The motion blur doesn't make it better. Why? Why do you make it go through it? Motion blur off. Come on, game. Yeah, no. Okay. This is perfect. Perfectly playable. I mean, I see nothing wrong. Everything is perfectly fine. Okay. Let's try something else. 900p is probably too much as well, but we're going to try it. I mean, the 1030 was never a 1080p card. You can play many games at 1080p, don't get me wrong. But still. Let's try 900p. So 900p low. Here we come. Still below 30, doesn't surprise me. Also, the 1030 has very little memory bandwidth. That is a huge limit in most games over the 750 Ti. I mean, the 750 Ti is less compatible with newer APIs, but it has way more memory bandwidth than the 1030. The 1030 has a 64-bit bus. The 750 Ti, 128. That's a huge limitation. Oh man. Blah. And I thought VR made me motion sick. 720. You're on 1440p on Ultra? Of course you are. I knew it from the beginning. It was rigged from the start. Let's try 720. Okay. 720 is getting there. Could be worse. But there it is. Memory bandwidth strikes again. Although I might need to reinstall the drivers, maybe. Yeah, I think I might do that. Just to make sure. I have to close my eyes and only listen to your voice now. Perfect. That's excellent. I'm now an ASMR channel. You just do not talk. I'm the only one here. I'm going to restart the game on the computer and everything. So, one sec. 720p low FSR quality. It doesn't have FSR, so good try. Switch version? No, it's not on the Switch. You can now understand why. Okay, let's do that again. Ubisoft Connect, are you there? FSR in this game would bring this card back to life. I mean, at 720p with FSR, at that point, I'd rather just not play the game. Even my drawing has more pixels than that. Fondo de pantalla, creo que lo puse en la descripción. Déjame ver. Oh no, it's not in the description. Hang on. Hello wallpaper. Let me see if I can find it. Wallpaper's wide. I think it was called. Okay. Oh, I found it. So here's the wallpaper I'm using for the people wondering. This is the one. 2 times the same link. It's up to 4K, so should be pretty easy to find. For any screen. I love that wallpaper, I don't know why. It's just grabbed my attention. De nada, madraco. Alright, so graphics, 720p. Let me put the FOV back to 100. We need to help the card. Everything on low. No anisotropic, no nothing. 1920 by 1200 missing. Oh no. The 2 people that have that monitor are not going to be able to use it. Oh no. I missed the Batman wallpaper. It's still there in my heart. It's always in the background. Looking into the distance, perplexed about the rain. Hey, SciTech33, how are you doing, man? Welcome back. Why overclock? My GPU restricts 3080. Okay. Weird flex, but okay. Alright, on a 1030, I don't think it's a playable experience. Memory bandwidth limitation, I would say. We're going to find that out if it's memory bandwidth once we test the 750 Ti. The 750 Ti. Which, in most games, wins over the 1030. The 1030 tends to be, again, memory bandwidth bottlenecked. And this being an open world, having all those effects, well, kinda speaks by itself. So yeah, 750 Ti on the way. Here it comes. Wish me luck. Here we come. Because it looks better? What do you mean? Oh, do not compare GTA 5 with other games. I mean, what the hell, man? That's a game made for the PS3. Yeah, it looks good, yeah, but it's Rockstar. It's GTA. Doing that comparison is a waste of time. I mean, come on. I mean, it's a game made for the PS3 back then increased the settings for the PS4, and it was 30 frames on the last gen consoles. So it's a waste of time doing that comparison because GTA 5 is GTA 5. It's the most profitable game in the industry. The game that made the most money in history. You're comparing that game with a sports game. What the hell, man? That's hilarious. A game running between 60 and 45 feels smooth on a very refresh rate screen. Yeah, I agree. Aren't you afraid that the video card will break off if you don't mount it? I mounted it. There is a screw right here and it holds the metal. So yeah, I rigged it like that because I know I'm swapping GPUs. So yeah, it's properly mounted, don't worry. I made sure. Even Santiago can't comprehend, yeah. I can't even. I'm confused. I'm not sure if I'm confused or bamboozled. That has to be a joke, I mean, come on. I wanna see your 1050? Yeah, sure. Here it is. EVGA 1050. Which is clearly a single fan card. And they wanted to put 2 fans on it for some reason, so they put this plastic cover I like this card. Runs super cool. Very efficient. Okay, we're back. 750 Ti, the legendary card. I'm starting with 1080p, I think. Yeah, let's try 1080p low. Let's start from the top all the way down to the bottom.
Press any key to start.
Press any key to start. I'm starting. What about 950? Should be like the 1052 gigs. Pretty similar. Can't you wear the PCI slot down? Yeah, but that means more than 1,000 GPU swaps, so I should be okay. They are durable, don't worry. And I will notice if it breaks. So, yeah, I might as well. Also, I swap the motherboards, the CPUs every couple of years, so... Well, sometimes less than a year later. So my motherboards are always pretty fresh. To say it in some way. Okay, 1080p low. They put auto-generated voice in game. Yeah, on the main menu. You can turn it off. But the first thing that you hear is that. Wrong settings? What do you mean? It's 1080p. What do you mean by wrong settings? 950 is faster than the 750 Ti, but not that much. Yeah. Okay, 30 frames. At least in this part. It's probably going to drop. So yeah, definitely the 1030 was memory bandwidth bottlenecked. Now the settings are correct. Everything on low. Like it should be. So yeah, definitely a memory bandwidth limitation on the 1030. The 1030 wasn't even 25 frames here. Witcher 3 run on GT 1030 better than Xbox. Good for you. Witcher 3 was released at the beginning of the generation. So as I said before, the newer the game, the worse it runs on the 1030, the better it runs on the consoles. It's always been that way. And again, Witcher 3, one of the biggest games on the planet. That doesn't count. So what? Anisotropic filtering 2 times. Do you know what anisotropic filtering means? You're getting annoying, man. Are you okay? Did anybody hurt you? Yeah, I think 720p Ultra will be fine. I mean, 1080p low is just below 30. That's insane. Let's do 900p low then. Witcher 3, Cyberpunk. Yeah, exactly. 900p. Here we come. How much does the CPU spec factor in FPS? Depends on the game. That's too broad of a question. But nowadays, at least 4 cores, 4 threads would be my absolute minimum. So 900p low right now. Here we come. Okay, 900p low. Yeah, this is probably the best way to play the game on a 750 Ti if you don't want 720p. Looks pretty good. Everything will be fixed. Remember the Witcher release? No, the Witcher 3... I mean, the Witcher 2 also had a lot of issues when it released. I remember. But no, Cyberpunk is going to be improved as time goes on, but it's nowhere close what the Witcher 3 was on release. Witcher 3 on release was in way better shape. The thing with Cyberpunk is it had issues from the development itself. Witcher 3 probably as well, but they handled it better, I think. Anyway, let's go to the race we were before, which was up here. The second half of the PS4 with more demanding games. What do you mean? Oh, The Witcher 3's first half of the PS4 era. Yeah, I mean, at that time, games didn't run so well on the consoles. But they adjusted later on. Now they know better, but at the same time, yeah, games get more advanced. And stuff gets obsolete pretty quickly. Here we come. I love that I can just throw myself out of this of this cliff. I know where. Whoa, Jesus, never mind. Hit slowly to a car, dies instantly. Yeah, just like in real life, a friend told me. Okay, here we go. Anyway, I prefer Deus Ex Human Revolution and Mankind Divided for a true cyberpunk experience. Yeah, those are great games. Although Mankind Divided... Hang on. Does this have... No, it doesn't have anyone else. That doesn't count then. Mankind Divided is not complete. It was like on oh man. What's happening with my brain today? Here. Mankind Divided ended on a cliffhanger. So I want them to finish the story, please. Mankind Divided is amazing. ¿Solo online? Parece que sí. Parece que es 100% online. Que no me sorprendería. Alright, here we go. Characters on screen. Okay. Yeah, 900p is probably the way to go on this one. Yeah. And hang on, I'm getting cold. Give me 1 sec. Sorry about that, guys. I have good news. I applied for a job as a tech support agent thing in a company. I got the first interview. Now I'm on the second interview, so I have 2 more parts to go through. And they just called me to to schedule an interview. So hopefully I get the job. We'll see. If I get the job, I'll be able to buy more GPUs. Hell yeah. 750 Ti 4K ultra settings. Hell yeah. What do you prefer, Steampunk Worlds or Cyberpunk Worlds? Steampunk. But that's probably because I'm tired of modern stuff. Thanks, man. Why GPUs are so expensive? There are many reasons. One of them is mining, the other one is mining, and the other one is silicon shortage. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I still didn't get the job, but I'm on the second interview, so I'm on my way. What's the job profile again? It's tech support. You gotta go install stuff in other companies, do remote support. So I gotta do tech support. What I do with you guys, but to companies. I enter people's computers remotely and fix them, which is what I do to my family in general. So we'll see. Although I'm not stopping the streams, now we're close to that, but I'm not doing them daily, if that ever happens. Or I might not get the job, who knows. But if that happens, I will be a big help to get more content on the channel. I will be able to afford stuff. Oh yeah. Yes, stay confident? Yeah, I try. It's like the IT crowd. Yeah, something like IT. Sí, Hiro. Sí, exacto. Así que más fácil para mí en realidad. Si es que sucede, estaría de más. Anyway, so 900p low works great for the 750 Ti. Let's do 720. Thanks, man. Thanks, Alepiu Saja. I appreciate that. I remember reading tech support guy got pissed that he had to drive 3 hours just to turn on a switch. Well, no, that won't happen to me. I'm pretty sure about that. And for some reason I'm stuck here. Did the game freeze? No, I don't think so. Let's try that again. Try 768p first. No. It runs similar to 720. I won't waste my time with that. Huh. Okay, so apparently I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Step Uplay. Step Uplay, I'm stuck. Help. Okay. I'm going to force close the game, I think. This is getting me nowhere. What is this game? It's a sports game. You should check it out. Pretty fun. Yeah, that's for those specific monitors. Yeah, I mean, 720p is super close. Why bother? It runs almost the same. Does NVIDIA optimization give better FPS? What do you mean? I mean, if you use GeForce Experience, you should have pre-selected settings, but those are not usually 100% perfect. Santi, no, it's triple N month. Yeah, you're right. It's also my birthday this month, in around 2 weeks. I'll be 26 years old. My back hurts already. I'm an old man. I'm about to retire. Are you in the same time zone as Los Angeles? I don't think so. Los Angeles time. No, Los Angeles is 4 hours behind me. So, no. No Los Angeles time here. Alright. 720. Happy early birthday. Well, thanks. I feel older now. Okay, at 720p I'm pretty confident that I can do high settings. Don't ask me why, I just know it. I'm entirely sure that it's a possibility. So we're going to do that. So 720p high, because we're not getting 60 frames at 720p. Apologies already. But high settings is probably good to go on this card. I'm super confident about it. Los Angeles is Pacific time and way more to the west from Uruguay. Yeah, I'm at the east, more at the eastern side. Just below Brazil, between Argentina and Brazil. Can't relate. I'm 27 and my back hurts like I'm 72. Yeah, just flip those numbers around and you'll be good. Okay, I went a little bit too far, I think. Let's drop it down to medium. I'm going to turn 20 and I struggle getting up from bed. Can't relate. Been there, done that. You have to do birthday stream and play what game you like. No benchmarks? Nah, I'm good. I can do that any day of the week. I'd rather, well, on my birthday I think there's a new game releasing, so I'll probably be playing that. I don't even remember what game releases that day, actually. Okay, 30 frames. Good. So So 720p medium, I think. Whoa. Birthday party live stream. No, I'm good. I'm good. I need to rest. What did you use your birthday for? Sleep. I sleep. No, I even forget about my birthday at times. My family has to remind me, hey, dude, don't work today. It's your birthday. Screw you. Screw you, family member. Okay, medium to low settings. The game doesn't look bad, really. Looks okay. It's 30 frames per second, so let's go directly into a race. This is probably how I would play the game if I only had this GPU. So let's go here again. You write down the game release dates? Yeah. I go into the IGN webpage and boom, start writing those down. But since I'm all the time into games, game news and all that, I tend to be pretty informed about new games coming. And I also get emails from companies. I'm subscribed to some newsletters that tell me about new games releasing. And I also watch a lot of YouTube videos talking about upcoming games and blah 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 blah. So I'm pretty informed because I have to plan ahead the live streams. So I see, okay, which game I can request, which game I can buy, which game I need to buy because I have no contact. That's kind of the thing. For example, now GTA Trilogy Remaster is coming next week, I think. So I think in my brain, okay, I'll need to spend $60 on that. Oh, I don't have a contact at Activision, so I need to buy Call of Duty as well. That's another 60, and that's coming on Friday, so I should spend the money now. It's kind of like that. I need to plan ahead. That's why if I get this job, it will be a blessing, because I'll be able to afford more games right away instead of waiting for someone to provide me a key. It'll be cool, and I'll be able to get more GPUs. So yeah, it will be less live streams, but more content when doing those live streams. It'll be fun. 1660 Super for 54. That's probably a scam. 54. Or somebody doesn't know the value behind it. Santiago, didn't want to tell you that you are the best streamer on the internet? No, nobody did that. Well, my mother told me I'm the best, but I always believe her. She couldn't be lying. But no, I try just to be myself. I'm not the best streamer on the internet. Companies should sponsor you more? Well, thanks. I appreciate that. The thing is, I'm pretty nitpicky with sponsorships. I get contacted by a lot of companies for sponsorships, but most of them are like CD key sites or, well, Raid Shadow Legends. Yeah, those always contact me, or betting casino sites. I hate that stuff, so I do not take those sponsorships. So yeah, I'm kind of mixed on the sponsorship part of things. I'd rather just request games and be done with it. I'd rather not take money for covering stuff. NordVPN? I don't know. I used NordVPN before, but I'm not a huge VPN user. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, dodgy stuff. It's always dodgy stuff what I get in my email, so I'd rather avoid it. I'd rather not get in trouble. Good night, everyone, and congrats for the good news. Well, thanks, Arithik Gupta. Thanks for that, man. I never ever seen Raid Shadow Legend. Yeah, that's because it's a shadow and it's a legend. I know, bad joke. At least I tried. Okay, so 720p, medium to low, it's fine. What I want to do now, just to finish the live stream, I'm going to overclock the GPU and do 1080p on low settings. So we go back to 1080p, back to low settings, we disable motion blur, and we're doing an overclock. So we apply the settings. We alt-tab out of the game. Santiago, do you know about backlight bleeding on LCD displays? I bought a Predator Helios 300 and I have some points of backlight bleed. You should ask that on monitors, the subreddit of monitors on Reddit. Those people know what they're talking about. So take some pictures and that should do. They should be able to tell you what to do. So yeah, try this out. Try that subreddit. Those guys know what's up. They helped me quite a few times. I'm not experienced with LCD stuff. Well, with monitors in general, I have a pretty basic knowledge. Okay, so 1080p, low. No worries, man. Enjoy. Hope nothing serious is affecting your monitor. 750 Ti OC, overclock. So yeah, now we have an overclock in place. Let's see if we can get over 30 frames. We got a race though. What kind of job do you have in prospect? It's a tech job. Something about fixing computers remotely and locally, but 90% of the job is remote computer fixing in a company, so I gotta go to a physical place to work remotely on other computers, surrounded by other tech people, so I think I'll be in a good place if I get the job. It will be nice. And again, I need something, and I need experience because I'm not going to be doing YouTube for a living anytime soon, I think. I mean, YouTube, I can do YouTube kind of full time because I live with my parents. So I want to be independent. I need another job. YouTube alone doesn't pay the bills, unfortunately. Thanks, original 1993. I'll need it. The funny thing is, on my CV, I put my YouTube channel, saying like, hey, I know how to speak English and talk to people. And I put it on my curriculum. It's kind of funny. That probably someone is watching the channel that look at my curriculum on my CV. That would be so weird, so awkward. Where did you learn English? It's very good. I didn't even know you live here in Latin America. I just practiced my whole life. I started when I was 2 years old. I mean, when I was 3 years old, I could speak English. Well, very basic English. I knew the colors, I knew how to count. But after that, I had English pretty much my whole life until my high school years. In my high school years, I swapped schools, and well, it was back to square one on the English level. So I went and did some Cambridge ESOL exams. I went through the FCE, the first certificate in English. And after that I kept going on my own because the exams are super expensive. I didn't want to pay, so I said, okay, I'll keep doing English on my own. And I practice. If you see my first videos on YouTube, well, my first 3 years on YouTube, my English is significantly worse. So YouTube has a big part about my English being better. I can understand a lot, but I'm not safe to talk to someone. Well, in my case, it was kind of like that, but speaking into a microphone alone in a room was kind of weird. Did you... Hello, everyone. I'm Santiago. No, I haven't. I try to be a little bit more serious with my curriculums. So as you can see, 750 Ti with an overclock in place, can do 1080p low at 30 frames per second. Mind blown. Before going out of here, I'm going to show you super quick one of my first videos speaking. This is embarrassing, but I need you guys to see it because you can understand the difference. Oh, look, my own live stream. YouTube recommended my own live stream to me. Let me go back to some of my first videos. And the ones I started talking. It took a few years for me to start talking on YouTube. Let's see. Oh man, so many videos. How did I do this? Oh, here. Let's see. Oh, my GTA San Andreas intro. Hello, I'm gonna be trying to get 1080p. I cannot hear anything
per second as well, as close as possible to 60 frames per second without losing much quality.
Oh man.
So 1080p.
Such
zoom in.
That's so
1080p, 8 samples on anisotropic
the
filtering,
cringe.
no
the
AA.
cringe is real.
Go to advanced options.
Can you guys hear my
Textures on high,
past self?
ultra, medium,
It kind of sounds like me
medium,
though. I was playing Fallout 4, I remember that.
48.
And of course,
49.
750 Ti, back to square one. This was in
Recording,
2015,
so
holy hell.
it is
That's
expected
insane.
like a 3
This
to
was
5
6
frames
years
per
ago.
second boost
6
without recording.
years ago.
Now we're getting 6.
Mind blown. Yeah, YouTube is better than most English
Seems to be
teachers.
on grassy areas.
Try not to wake up your family. The funny thing is, my family wasn't at home when I made these videos. I just speak kinda
50s,
slowly
so
out
you wanna
loud.
see
I was so
grassy
shy
area drops
back
to
then.
45.
Speaking alone.
I might turn off God
Anyway.
rays. And
But I still cannot believe this was 6 years ago. It feels like yesterday. That's insane. No worries, man. The idea was to laugh about it. What I'm trying to say is, if you practice, you can get a lot better. I mean, this wasn't, oh, after this I went to class. No, I finished my English classes in 2014. So I've been doing it on my own for 5-6 years. So I've been speaking English almost every day. It's a thing about practicing. It doesn't matter if it sounds bad. Just go for it. Your brain will adjust. Trust me. I don't need to ask, man. I just enjoy what I do. But thank you guys so much for watching. And 5 years ago, 750 Ti, keep fighting. Hell yeah. I can play Riders Republic. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see ya next time. Bye guys. Thanks for watching. And practice your English, please. Do yourself a favor. It's very helpful. Bye guys. Thanks for watching. Love you all. Ah, perfecto. What is karma? Que la disfrutes. Tremendo precio. So 1050 Ti is already done. Check it out in the pinned comment. I will put it. See you guys.